And welcome back on this Thursday morning. Let's quickly go over that forecast. Really not a lot to say as far as today. We will see partly cloudy skies for about 43 degrees out there, 42 actually. 49 for the high today. Tomorrow, though, 90% chance of showers. I doubt we're going to see any snow. There you go. No snow. High temperatures of 42.
Who is saying
low
snow?
of 32. I think they're just 48 is saying that.
Well, the 48 ain't
they
never
are
gonna make it a TV
the big
station.
boy, so watch it snow a few inches. Who knows? Saturday, high temperatures of 50, full sunshine, so get out and enjoy. And don't forget the grand opening for the library here in Athens at 10:30.
I watch 48 all
I know,
the
we do all the
time.
time.
Find out what's going on, do a great job over there. All the Huntsville stations do. I need to try to buy me one.
No.
What payment be on 31?
Whatever.
I'm looking for investors.
You'll be single.
Oh, no, we're just moving to the mountain. That's why. We're right up there with us. Harlan Mitchell joins us this morning. Harlan been with us a long time.
Yes, he
Handles
has.
a lot
Thank
of
you.
our stuff. And people
Handles
that
all
don't
our
pay
stuff.
us. If y'all don't pay me, y'all see Harlan, he'll be at.
Collections, name changes, wills. I mean,
I told y'all I'm changing my name. Harlan's fixing me up. A lot of people say, well, what are you doing that for? What are you doing that for?
what are you doing that for?
I want to. My initials stay the same.
And you can easily do that, can't you?
You can.
I can't be denied, can I?
Well, only if they find out you're attempting to
Elude somebody?
elude some debts or run out on something or trying to hide something,
Or a criminal.
a criminal, something like
I'm not
that.
trying to do it. I'm just trying to further my career.
But as
Oh,
long
wow.
as anybody's got a legitimate reason, it's pretty much straightforward process.
The probate judge have to okay that?
He does.
He knows you.
Yeah, but I
But
would.
you know, you ran against him.
I know.
He may not approve it.
That's right. I know he was scared too.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway. All right, Harlan, y'all were just talking about, y'all do, you talk about immigration. What has that got to do with Harlan Mitchell, attorney at law?
Well, as a criminal defense attorney, if you've got a person here who's illegal alien and they're facing criminal charges, whether or not they plead to it could result in what their immigration status might be, or might result in their denial of a visa or work permit. So I have someone in my building who does immigration because I need to know the ins and out of that, and she can help them not only get their work permits and everything else, but then I know exactly what the law is regarding the specific charge that client's facing.
Now,
There are a lot
are you
of
one of the
immigrants.
few law firms in North Alabama that would have a bilingual attorney on staff?
Probably.
Or in there working with you?
Yes.
I mean, not on
Probably
staff.
not
but-
many.
Well, there's not many in town that actually have a bilingual attorney. There's a lot of people who have a translator or someone working for them, but Jennifer's actually bilingual and is an attorney practicing and doing quite well.
Is that immigration deal, is that a big deal right now?
Yes, it's a very big deal, and she's staying very busy doing that.
Right, but you also do divorce,
I do.
and right now, this is a big time of year for
Season.
that.
Well, when everybody gets their W-2s here in a few days, that's when and they file those electronic tax returns, and they start getting those checks in, the phone will start ringing for everybody that does divorce, and we'll be doing a bunch of them.
Wow.
Now, when you say, I saw a billboard, I don't know what attorney locally is doing it, but it said, get divorced for $265.
Okay.
More than likely, that ain't really gonna happen.
Well, they may charge you that to prepare the paperwork, but you remember the old saying about you get what you pay for?
Yeah.
So don't be surprised if when you get that cheap divorce that it turns out you have to go
Cost you
somebody
more.
else to correct it.
I've been divorced a couple times.
They've all been contested.
Not once did I ever get out for less than probably,
This ought to be
what'd be
good.
a good, well, you know the paperwork, what, 20, 30, 50,000? What?
Initial, that's the upfront cost.
Yeah.
What's your best advice for people that are unfortunately getting a divorce and they do not want to go to mediation? Do you suggest mediation?
Yes, being a certified mediator, I believe in mediation. I believe the less dirt throwing
Fighting.
the parties can throw at each other, the better off it'll be long term for the children. You know, there's a post, I know a lot of folks are saying on Facebook, this judge writes that when you talk ill about the
The other
father or
spouse.
the mother to the
of the
child,
child.
you're actually criticizing half that child. And I remember a counselor many years ago telling me that, and I think we need to take that to heart, because some of the problems we see with children now is because both parents aren't thoroughly involved in their life.
I agree.
Harlan, that is a
Make
great
mistakes
statement you
ourselves.
just made, but
Yeah.
let me tell you, that would be
There's nobody over there.
Nobody over on the buzzer. But that'd be a wrong
No,
because
it's difficult because
I'm going to make a point
it's
here.
difficult because you guys are selfish and are thinking of yourselves and not the children.
That's very, I mean, that's very,
And it's so easy to fall in that category because you're mad and it's human
you're
nature
very
to
mad
attack.
and you hate basically that other person.
At the
No
moment.
offense, Wayne.
That's why conflict resolution should be a must
It's,
Should be.
if you have children.
I mean, and I personally
You can't work
believe,
it out.
you know, of course, I was in another area of the state in Birmingham, and some of the, I think Madison County requires a parenting class.
They do.
But I think that's something that every parent with children should go
well,
through.
I couldn't stand to be in the same room.
But you work it
Yeah,
out. You
but
duke it out in the room alone.
You had the fortune of going to anger management classes.
Yeah.
And didn't that change you somewhat, Jimmy?
Changed you a lot.
As I spoke to my Sunday school class as I was exiting the building to go, or the room to go to perform my functions on Sunday morning at Lindsay Lane Baptist, I said, let me turn around to y'all. I said, never, this was my advice to the class because Wayne was teaching on
That's a true
anger.
statement.
I said, never leave a voice message when you are mad. It will come back and bite you in the behind.
More than once.
Well, and I'm not saying that I haven't done these same things, but hopefully as I've gotten older, I've learned from it.
But when you get older, you learn.
You know, I am
You know,
the perfect person to have on the stand when discussing something because I tell it the way it is.
But that gets you in trouble.
They
because
always got along good with the judge and her attorney.
It's called pride, isn't it, Wayne?
But see, ego, here's one of the worst mistakes I ever made, and y'all don't do this. Please don't do this. If y'all are getting divorced and you say, okay, it's going to be a friendly divorce, and they come to you with papers from her attorney, do not sign them. Get you an attorney.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you're going to get screwed in the end, let me tell you that.
If you just sign over, yeah.
True or
you
false?
know what you're
Well, it's
signing.
true. Now, there's some attorneys here in town who will do a straight down the middle.
Represent both.
Well, you can't represent both, but they'll try to be honest and fair with the way they divide it and not try to take advantage of the person. And that's a good thing. When you can actually agree and divide things up fairly, then do so.
Basically, if you're getting divorced here in Limestone County, how long does it take I know in Huntsville there's a backlog, but how long would it take to get divorced here?
Well, if it's uncontested, you can get through pretty quickly, 60 days.
How many uncontested divorces do you do?
I probably do quite a few, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I probably do 4 or 5 a
Good
month.
for those adults. Wow.
What about the others?
Well, no, the others are going to take you anywhere from 18 months to 2 years, probably, to actually get a trial.
In that 2 years, are you supposed to not date, not see anyone, even though that's usually the reason for the divorce? But can that be held against you?
They can, but you know, you've got to tie it back to prior to the divorce. And if you can't do that, I don't worry about it. I mean, I think this day and time, people understand once you make the decision to divorce and you separate, y'all aren't
Life goes
together.
on.
Life goes on.
What's the biggest lie you've ever heard somebody tell you about in a divorce?
Oh, boy. That's a loaded question, Harlan.
I don't know. I've had so many told to me. You know, and what really gets me is they come in there and you talk to them, getting them ready to go try the case, and they tell you all these things that are happening. Then when they raise their right hand and swear to tell the truth, suddenly everything they told you doesn't come out of their mouth. It's an entirely different story, and you're sitting there wondering, where did this come from?
What happened to my case?
Yeah.
How do you operate at your law firm then on Jefferson Street? Are you consultation? Is that a cost for that, or is that a free consultation, or what's the deal on that?
No, I charge a consultation fee for divorce and criminal cases because my time is my stock and trade, so to speak. And if you hire me, then that goes against, just deducted from the retainer.
So you do a little everything, though. I mean, you collect for us. I mean, that's just one of the minor things. You don't do
Who's
real
handled our
estate.
wills?
No, not anymore. And I do real estate litigation, but I don't do any closings.
How important is it for someone to have a will if they have children or just anyone?
I think it's very important for anybody who has a child to have a will. I don't care how young you are. You could go out here today and have a car wreck and lose your life, and if you haven't made provision for your child, then the state or somebody's going to step in and have a lot of trouble, and you're going to have grandparents maybe fighting over it. And it's real easy to set some things out in the will, what you want done.
Are wills very expensive?
If you do a just general will with a guardianship clause, they're not bad. They're $100 to $150 spending. And then if you want a more complicated will, it goes up as the complications increase.
Got to tell Harlan's a former police officer also, and he and I go back a long way. We played football against each other when he was at Ardmore and I was at New Hope. How'd that go, Frank?
Not too good.
He used to beat the dog doo-doo out of us every year, and we'll forget that. Harlan, anything else we need to know about Harlan Mitchell?
Pretty good.
All right, man. Good to see you again. Harlan's always over at our house roof roll tide parties. Let's take a break on this Thursday morning edition of the #1 rated morning show by me right here on Highway 31 in Athens, Alabama. Y'all hang on.
Local and loving.